Damn.
Boy, when I got my Dodge Durango my sophomore year, I ain't put no trash bags in my bag. I had like Nike duffel bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because shit platinum.
It was platinum, right? Jelly Bean ain't living like that.
Hey, that's the first thing I did. In the trunk of my car, I put 4 pair of hooping shoes and a bag of just hoop gear.
But this is a fact, because when I went to Minnesota, this nigga was retired from the league. That nigga still had a bag of shoes in his back of his car.
Did you wear your hoop shorts under your pants?
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you
Well,
was
we used to get busy at lunchtime. Like you didn't have time. Like you had your shorts on. Then I was living in Philly at the time, so we always wore Tim. So you be hooping in Tims.
Damn.
But
Bonafide NBA
But
Street.
you know, it was just different. But yeah, you had shorts on underneath. That was normal.
That's just kids though. I just like bring it up for the nostalgia of the show. But
that's
like our kids
normal.
don't understand that shit, bro.
Yeah, we always wore
shorts.
shorts.
I went to parties with my shorts. Like, nigga, I'm not about to go hoop. I'm really about to try to go get something. But
yeah,
like, I used to have my hoop shorts.
Real
under
hoop
my
session.
finish line hoop shorts, definitely under my jeans.
Yeah. You're supposed to pull your pants down a little bit at the parties.
Man, you know what's crazy? I couldn't sag.
The gauchos to hoop shorts combo is crazy.
I couldn't sag. Like,
The house was crazy. The real twerk section.
yeah.
Sorry, Jay. Look, this is what we do.
I couldn't sag. Pops won't playing that.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, Pops won't playing. So I've always was like,
no, we wasn't sagging. We was sagging at that party though.
I used to be scared my pops would come in the party. Wherever I was, I used to be scared.
Your
like,
pops is different.
I get caught, and so I was always like on alert. So
respect.
he'd be like, no sagging. I used to have my, the little belts that is like one size fit all.
They come in the motherfucking cargos.
Yeah, I had all that.
That motherfucker wasn't too platinum.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, you know what's crazy though?
Bill's weak as hell.
Hey, you know what I love though? You know what I love though?
You gotta have some orange cheese.
Hey, nah, you know what I love?
That with the denim.
You want to think about it, right? All of our clothes came from Gap or Target.
Yeah.
We didn't wear like how now NBA kids wear like the Gucci and all that.
But
like,
Luke, take that bill out of them pants.
We like that. We used to go shop at Wieners. We used to go stop at all these different. Like my mom used to be like, "Yo, we going shopping Bugle Boy."
I know, but you gonna take that bill out of the pants.
I mean, it worked. I need to hold my pants up, so it worked. Hey, bro, as long as I get,
that's not as bad as a shoestring.
Hey, that's all right.
The shoestring in the pants.
But I'm keeping it in the butt. I just only give it me. So at the end of the day, I mean, that joint never. So when we used to get hoop, I ain't have to worry about lifting my pants up to go by nobody. They won't move it. They won't move it. They won't move it. They won't move it.
That's crazy. You get schooled by Kobe, bro. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So it was just like for me, I just was like a sponge soaking up all the game.
Is that the best high school basketball player you ever seen?
Yes.
Because you saw LeBron too.
Yep.
You saw him do. Can you speak on that when you seen LeBron in high school with his workouts with the pros? That was a better showing. Kobe's showing with the Sixers was a better showing.
You got to think about
LeBron.
Kobe had a impact on me as an individual.
Yeah.
So I saw a different work ethic. I saw what it took to be a pro.
Yeah.
So the impact was a little bit different than what now that could be my little brother's story about LeBron.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, I was in college when I first saw LeBron.
Understood.
And my pops was coaching in Cleveland, and I remember coming. I just got done with my second year when I was going through everything, and my pops was still in Cleveland, so I used to fly back on like holidays or the summers, and we was in Cleveland, and I trained with the guys and stuff like that. And my dad was like, "Man, it's a kid up here better than Kobe," and I was like, "Man, whatever," that. He was like, "Yo, take your little brother." So my little brother's playing on LeBron's high school coach, Drews Joy.
Yes, sir.
He had an AAU team called Akron Superstars. My little brother played on that team.
Okay.
And they practiced at the University of Akron. So I took my little brother to a practice one day, and they were hooping in the back gym. Come to find out, a lot of the guys at local Akron was hooping in the back gym. While my brother and it was practicing, I was also hooping too. Yeah. So that's when I first saw LeBron. And when I first saw him, it was just, it was some mild sauce.
No, Chicago mild sauce.
That's just my opinion. It wasn't like But then my dad started inviting him like he did with Kobe because he was like, man, I'm just gonna get him the game and let him just come work out. I don't think nothing of it. I don't want nothing from this kid. Just let's get some good bump in. So we had a little mini camp, and my dad used to fly in guys from Ohio State, Kansas, guys, and we have a mini camp, and we'll play against the rookies who was already there getting ready for summer league. Just a little scrimmage, little mini camp. And Bron came, and like nobody was passing Bron the ball because everybody knew he was in high school, and we was all like not passing the ball. My dad like stopped practice, like hey, y'all little motherfuckers back, get him the ball. He the best one on the court. Like not talking about his players, but he was just talking about guys on our team. Yeah. And we like, man, whatever. So I had the ball. I'm a point guard, so I can control everything. So I was just like disgusted. I was just like, man, here, like threw the ball to him, like he ain't gonna do nothing with it. So we'll get it right back. Hey, bro.
Shit get real.
He on the right hand side of the court. He's being guarded by Ricky Davis. He make a move, bing, bing, like he just do something, go baseline. So now you got Chris Mims, Sagana Diop, Carlos Boozer.
The whole Cavs team, by the way, if y'all.
They all help side D, right? So they all come down. He jumps from outside the paint. Like, jumps. And Sagana, Chris Mims, they go up to try to block it. Man, this man goes underneath the rim, reverse it, throws it in without looking at the rim. Throws the ball in. And then, he lands on his tippy toes. He runs like this. And just keep going. Man, he got to put ball every possession after that. Because it was unbelievable. He's like, what else can you?
Yeah.
He unbelievable, though.
I got to coach him.
Man, they still chose to hate on him.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing that, and I'm like, yo, and then all of a sudden you get to see, and then I'm around Maverick. I'm around Rich. Like before Rich became Clutch, Rich sold everybody the throwback jerseys out the trunk. Every throwback I got, I brought from Rich.
That's crazy.
That's like every throwback Mitchell and that jersey, I brought from Rich in Cleveland. He had a van. He used to sell out the van. That's where I got my jerseys from. He overcharged me too, but but we had to get him.
The real StockX.
Yeah, real StockX. But yeah, so and then all of a sudden, my pops get fined $200,000 because all the other teams start complaining, saying he had, because he was gonna be a number one pick, and then he got fired. And then, Bron ended up getting drafted by Cleveland.
But what them moments do for you? Because I know you leave Baylor and you go to OK State, and this is where I fell in love with your game and found out who you was because at OK State y'all had a squad, and you was hooping, you was killing. But I love St. Joe's, and we gonna get to that game. Jameer Nelson, Delonte West. I wore T-shirts under my jersey because of them. Yeah. Like I hooped in Barclays, Bronze, and all that shit because of Jameer Nelson. And go ahead, because you fucked up my momentum because them niggas was cold and they was undefeated.
Nah, they
was doing their thing.
They were cold. They like my junior. So when it was a God had my back, bro. That's all I can say. Because I literally
walk on ever. You right.
I was literally going to Memphis.
Well, you gotta talk about how you left.
Yeah, I had Memphis, Rutgers, and Georgia. And I was already like, I'm going to Memphis, Coach Calipari. I already been out there summer times, Like now that I coach, you do go to different places and pick each other's brains. So my pops was doing that, like in between jobs. He'd be like, I gotta go to Memphis, and we'll go to Memphis. He in there talking to Coach Calipari. They talking X's and O's, and now I'm practicing with the team on shooting, getting my workout. So everywhere we went, I've always worked out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, Memphis, that'd be a great look. Coach Cal. It was gonna be Darius Washington was coming in. He'll be coming in my senior year. Yeah. But then Victor Williams was he went to Oklahoma State, point guard. He was the man at O State too. Victor Williams was a point guard, and he did his draft workout with my pops. And he kept telling like, yo, you should go to O State. You should go to O State. By the time I was wilding, I had braids. I used to wear a grill.
I remember them braids.
I was Houston, so Paul Wall, one of my really good friends. So when that song "Let Me See Your Grills" came out, he made me 6 at the bottom, all diamond out.
Damn.
Your life different.
So
bro.
and I was in a rap song. See, people don't even realize Paul Wall and Chameleon, they had this group called Color Changing Clips.
Come on, bro. Still in love with my money.
And Paul Wall said, he said, I swerved down to Baylor to watch John Lucas score, and Jordan came back to the game because the game was bored. It was on the mixtape.
Yeah, respect.
So that was like my man,
Niggas
right?
don't forget the bars.
Yeah,
Hey,
remember when I see when Jimmy said I see Teague on the baseline?
yeah, you don't forget stuff like that, right?
Niggas said I see Teague on the baseline. I
Right.
said, whoop.
You niggas don't never forget the
You-
bars, boy. Y'all give a fuck who said
You
it.
don't forget it because at the end of the day, I wasn't even expecting it because
Yeah.
the mixtapes used to come out every Friday. So I'm up here driving back to Baylor and I just brought the mixtape that Color Jane and Clippings and I hear it. I said, hold on, what did he say? I rewinded. And I was like, ooh, so I walked on campus now. Everybody got the mixtape. So everybody like, oh shit, like Paul Wild shot at you. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's smart. You know, I'm playing it cool. But I'm low-key hyped
Nah, that's
because he
fire.
done put me on like, you know, I'm at Baylor. We
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
We like maybe 10th in the Big 12 at the time.
your ass.
We was, but we had a great squad. We just was running flex. So we had horses. We should have been running, but you know, that's here and there. So Victor Williams was like, man, you should take a visit to Oklahoma State. It'd be a perfect fit for you. They don't got a point guard, boom, boom. But at the time, the NCAA said we couldn't transfer. When they said all this, we couldn't transfer in the conference.
Okay.
So I could go anywhere and not sit out. But if I went, like, and then like 2 weeks later, they said, y'all can transfer in the conference and you won't be penalized.
Oh, okay.
So
For
originally,
the transfer portal.
before the transfer.
Yeah.
So originally, I wanted to go to Texas.
TJ had that on lock.
No, TJ left. He just got drafted.
Yep, he was already
TJ,
gone.
TJ
He was
gets,
in there with Booby was on their way in there.
Booby would
A
be
little
in
bit
my
after.
senior year.
Oh, fuck. Yep.
Yeah.
So Rick Barnes
Yeah.
kept it a buck with me. I'm like trying to like, yo, Rick Barnes, like I want to come to Texas. You already know what I can do. Well, my other teammate Kenny Taylor, who was a shooter, he ended up going to Texas.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Rick Barnes kept it a buck. He was like, yo, we committed to Daniel Gibson.
Gibson, okay.
And we don't want to bring you in because we might
Yeah.
decommit, right?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't come in into my senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had to respect it. So then I was like, cool. So then the legendary Eddie Sutton called me one day because of Victor Williams. And I go up there. I had I never forget, I went up there. I had my braids. Just my mom used to braid my hair, so I had fresh braids. I had a Iceman San Antonio throwback jersey on.
He fresh.
He like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
busted their ass pause. You,
And I go
That
visit
jersey
the
crazy.
campus, right? I'm like, man, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm a city boy. Like now I'm 8 hours away from Houston. I'm not getting on no highway driving 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next best city is Oklahoma City. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
That was before KD and them pulled up.
Exactly. They didn't even have a team out there then.
Hell
It was
no.
So I went out there and they didn't tell me I had to cut my hair.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like my dad been wanting me to cut my hair because that's when the NBA was changing over to like appearances and you know it's a business and stuff. But I was fighting. I was like, I ain't cutting my hair. I'm gonna wear my braid. AI was like, I'm watching.
That guy.
You know what I'm saying? And then TJ cut his hair, like right before the draft.
Yeah.
And then TJ, my dad had TJ call me to like kind of talk me and come out. I was like, man, I ain't cut my hair. Like y'all go on about that. So I went to Oklahoma State, fresh braids and everything. I'm like, man, all right. You know, I'm looking at the team. I don't know who Tony Allen is. I mean, I know playing against them, but I ain't know like the Grahams because they was coming off a red shirt year because they transferred. I ain't know who Daniel Bobby was. I ain't know who a couple. But something in my spirit was like, this is where you need to be.
Okay.
Straight up.
So when I was like commit, they never said nothing about cutting my hair. So then I was like, man, you know what, coach, I want to come here. Boom. So he was like, oh, you know, I got a couple of rules. I was like, okay. Like, I'm thinking like, you know. He was like, one rule, you can't have braids. You can't have facial hair. If you go back and look at our team, none of our guys got facial hair.
Damn, he with the drum line.
Motherfucker major pain.
And my dad was like all for it.
Yeah, he probably.
So I went back home. I was like, oh, well, let me think about that. So I flew back to Houston. And out there, my barber Marquette, I walked in there. I just freshly picked it up. And you know, if you had braids for a long time, you still got the lines in your head.
Yeah, I had the
was like,
braids.
I was like, chop it off. He was like, what? My mama was mad because she was like, that's another man trying to control you. Like she very militant.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And my dad was all for it. So I ended up cutting my hair and I committed at Oklahoma State and they didn't have no scholarships. So I didn't even care. I was like, we're going to pay for school. So I ended up my junior year, the year I won the Big 12 Player of the Year, John Naismith Award, first team All-American. I'm just giving you a little bit of accolades, you know what I'm saying? Just talk. But
Nah, talk your shit, bro.
Nigga, I was All-American too,
That's a
But,
hell of a journey.
but I was a walk-on.
Yeah, respect. Greatest
That's
walk on
crazy.
ever.
Greatest walk-on ever.
Respect.
And people didn't know I was walk-on. I paid
We'll do our research.
My junior, go do it. They already came out with the facts. They already did it. They
The report's already been made.
it already been made.
My grab the phone. He said, "Let me see." What's
So
Shout out to the Wacko Texas paper.
so I end up paying my junior year.
Yeah.
So the year we went to the Final Four and stuff like that, I was a walk-on. I wasn't even on scholarship. I didn't go on scholarship until my senior year. Till my senior year, I went on
I was
scholarship.
say boosters out of pocket. They should have made that happen.
Did you? Scottie Pippen was a walk-on?
Walk-on?
He's the greatest walk-on.
Yeah, then I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it. Hey, you know, I got, but you, hey, I gotta give it to him. He in Chicago, so yeah, Scotty might be the best walk-on ever.
Scotty
Shout out to
Scotty
Jay.
ain't take that shot to get him to the Final Four though.
Nah, shout out to Jay Luke. That Elite Eight game was big
Yeah,
though.
let's talk about
Gotta say
that.
Joe's
'Cause
about to paint, baby.
You know what I
St.
mean?
Joe's my favorite team. We was talking before the podcast. Jameer Nelson was definitely fresher than you in college when it came to the shoes.
Respect.
But you had a good game that game. But you start off. Let's not play with Jameer Nelson. He top five.
Top
all time.
5 facts.
Hey,
time when it
you
comes
know
to
what?
college
Shout out to Jay. Shout out to-
Jameer now, that's every time he see me, curse me out. But his shoe game won't better than mine.
Nah, you crazy.
I mean, you could just.
You had a Nike deal.
I ain't have a Nike deal.
You had a Jordan deal.
I ain't have a Jordan deal because
okay.
I would, it wasn't no NIL at the time. So Pops had that.
Pops had a Nike deal.
So I just took advantage of what Pops had.
The lineage.
That's that platinum
That's
stamp.
that platinum shit. Yeah, it is.
And so at the time, like now, you can go on Nike Elite and order because you get a little.
Yeah.
Back then, they used to bring you a magazine and you had to go in there and order a magazine. And then
Oh, he's
you
an old
get to pick
school
your
elite.
food. Yeah, I'm 42.
Yeah, I know. Nigga.
So it's like and seeing the transition. So I used to make a point that when I first got to Oklahoma State, I was gonna wear a different pair of shoe every game.
Yeah.
But then
I would hate this nigga.
if I would have cooked, like you go to my locker, I had over 30 pair of shoes in my locker at school.
Damn, the real PJ Tucker.
But
Damn.
if I cooked in a shoe, I would stay with that shoe. I was superstitious, so I would wear the same socks, and then I ended up putting the socks on the same way. So if I ever put my right sock on first, it was always be my right sock first, then my left sock, and then I go hoop, and I score another 20 ball. I do the same thing.
So them 2K4s why we saw them so much.
The 2K4s, I had, it was something about my step back in them 2K4s. I got so much separation.
I
He
got
only going right though.
No, right would be a fadeaway, 2 foot fadeaway.
Yeah.
My left
The
would be
gather
gather step.
Yeah, I know.
And then my left would be a step back.
Yeah.
Like I
Trey
didn't.
ball.
It didn't matter however you want it, but
Respect.
it was gonna be a step back.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that type player. I wasn't a 1-on-1 player. Like my ISO game was trash.
You ain't had no sham guard or nothing?
No, I ain't had none of that. I just put you in the pick and roll. I used to hit, I used to hit my hip, and I had Ivan McFarlane, Joey Graham come to a pick and roll, and then I bump you, put you on my hip, read, and then I see the low man. He might put it on.
And that's what you was teaching youngster over
I was
here.
trying to. He didn't want to listen though.
Yeah. He wanted to be
Yeah.
Jamal
Listen.
Crawford.
Yeah, he want to be Jamal Crawford. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I had
But
50.
Yeah.
I just learned like I didn't have that 1-on-1 game.
And they should see this nigga now. You have to in the pick and roll. You have to go here. Put him on your fucking hip. I'm not going to say it again. Get him on your hip. Where the fuck is John?
Coach T.
I called John on FaceTime.
I'm serious, bro. Like I just used to put. He right though, But the things that I was trying to tell him back then is like, bro, that's the game. And I said I just used to try to make the game as easy as possible for me.
Yeah.
That's all you try to do.
Like if I can't out there, because my dad was like, you got 0.5 decision making, easy to catch, shoot, or go. He was like, ain't no coach gonna give you 5-6 dribble to get your shit off.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So my catch shoot, if I was wide open for 3, it was going up. If I saw you close out, I was going back. If I was going right, it was going to be a gather fadeaway to my right because I wasn't going all the way in pink because I probably got it blocked. If I go left, it was a step back. And I made sure I had the right angle just in case you show me any kind of contest, I was going off the glass.
Damn.
So it was like I knew my spots.
I want to move to your overseas run. How was that? Like, did you feel like you had to transition your game when you went overseas for a little bit?
Yes. Yes.
So you do all this at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
You killing.
I went undrafted.
Undrafted.
Yeah.
Average 17. Crazy. 17 and 5. Imagine coming out right now average 17. I'm lottery.
Probably.
No,
Now-
facts. Yeah, damn near, yeah, 100%.
I mean, people in the lottery getting drafted with 6 points coming out, 8
Yeah.
points.
yeah,
That
You ain't gotta
potential,
produce now.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So it's like I was like, and my dad told me like I was like watching. I was like, I know I'm getting drafted.
Yeah.
The work I even put in. My dad told me, you ain't getting drafted.
Damn.
Like he was like straight up. He was like, you're not getting drafted. I ain't even gonna watch the draft. He went to the casino. Him and my mom went to the casino.
That's crazy.
He knew.
That's about worse. That my situation
And my-
a little worse than yours.
Nah,
'Cause your
no,
dad
nah.
had an inside scoop.
Yeah, I think he already knew I wasn't gonna get drafted. So I'm up here sitting in front of the TV like this, waiting. Like this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going. Yeah, the Rockets, the 25th pick, they took Luther Head.
Dr. Luther Head.
Shout out
Illinois
Luther Head.
legend.
But I'm like, huh? Like
Nah,
I'm
for
like I
sure.
worked out for like every team, and my agent at the time was David Folk,
Yeah.
who was MJ's agent. But my dad was David Folk's first client ever.
Yeah.
So it was like that was family. So I went with him off top.
Right,
His
right.
life, this nigga life is crazy.
So it was just like, okay. And then like David was like, oh, back in the day, they used to pair you with whoever the super, he had everybody. So just imagine like Jeff Teague is the man, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a rookie, but he a rookie, like he a free agent, but he the highest free agent. So back in the day,
Gotcha.
the agents used to be like, oh, if you want Jeff, you're going to have to take
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
here and here.
Package deals.
So
Yeah.
package deal. So that's what it was like when I came out. It was package. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
But it was like package deal. So I was like, oh, David Folk got KG. He got everybody.
Yeah.
So I ain't get drafted. So then I went to go. What happened? I played in 3 different summer leagues. I played in Vegas. They had one in Minnesota at the time. They had New York, Minnesota,
They didn't have Orlando yet.
New York. They had Boston. Boston was the other one. So
Okay.
and they had Long Beach.
Damn.
So it was New York. In the Minnesota, it was Cleveland, New York, Indiana, Minnesota. It was just a 4-team summer league at the Target Center. That was my rookie year. And then I left there and I ended up playing with Cleveland Cavaliers in Vegas for their summer league.
Okay.
But I ended up signing with the Minnesota Timberwolves as a rookie.
Right.
So my rookie year, they drafted Bracy Wright, and they,
Bracy Wright,
and they
Indiana
drafted
legend.
Rashad McCants. Those were they two picks,
Yeah.
and then I was the 3rd rookie, but I was undrafted. You know, I signed a camp deal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so we had Marco Yarich, we had Lionel Chalmers, who played Xavier, who was a
Yeah, I know
dog,
Lionel Chalmers,
and we
yeah.
had Troy Hudson
Troy Hudson with
He
the
was
braid.
another
with the
nigga
break,
0.
and but then KG was there, Wally Zerbiak, you know, Fred was there. We had, you know, Mad Dog was there. So I'm a rookie.
Yeah.
Ooh, so I'm there all summer. Dwayne Casey's the head coach. He just got the coaching job. So I'm there all summer. I'm training. Boom, we go training. I'm actually doing. I'm like averaging like 7-8 points when I'm getting my times only in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
I'm very efficient. So I end up making the team. And then I went to bed that night. And matter of fact, you're not gonna believe this, but I think it was like Floyd Mayweather. Somebody had a fight, and I was staying at the Radisson Hotel. You know the Radisson Hotel right there,
Yeah.
and that's where they had all of the rookies staying at.
Yeah.
So one day KG was like, "Yo, come to my house. We're gonna watch the fight." You know, I'm his teammate. I'm like, "All right, cool." So his at the time, his wife Brandy picked me up, and she was like, "Yo, where your stuff at?" I'm like, "Huh? I thought I'm just going to watch the fight." He was like, "Nah, KG said you moving with us."
Nah, you told me this before.
Yeah, I know you know. So I'm like, huh? So I go upstairs, pack my bags real quick. So KG house, unbelievable. So I had the whole guest house to myself. His best friend is like T. Lou and Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
So the guest house was called the Billups Estate because I guess when like his family come there, that's where
Yeah.
they would stay. So I stayed in the guest house. And so I didn't have my car at the time, and he just brought this brand new CLS cherry beans for his wife. She hated the color, so he threw.
Get so much money.
She threw me the key. He threw me the key. He's like, yo, this your car, young fella. And paper plates and everything. I'm the only person in Minnesota, rookie, with the CLS, 22-inch rim. Drive it, and I'm like, I'm not on contract.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
My boy out here living.
I'm living, so we playing and I'm doing my thing, like, and so I make the team. I go to bed that night. I'm like, man, I'm like praying, like, thank you, God. Like, ooh, I go to bed. I wake up next morning, they made a trade. Yeah, they made a trade. So I'm walking into the facility getting ready for the first day of official practice. They make a trade for Ronald Dupree from the Pistons. So Kevin McHale pulled me to the office, and they had to cut me.
Damn.
KG calls a fit. Like that was like the fall of like KG like leaving Minnesota.
Damn.
So KG was like, "You ain't going nowhere, Lord. Lord, you ain't going nowhere." Like that. So he got me staying in Minnesota. He got me staying in Minnesota for 2 weeks. They trying to figure it out.
Damn.
And my dad called me. He's like, "Man, you don't bring your ass home." Like, you know what I'm saying? I kid you not. So I go home to Houston, right? And we get back to training now. I'm in the my name automatically goes into it's the D League at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even go through the draft because my name was so big in Oklahoma. They allocated me to go to Tulsa with the 66ers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up playing like the first 2 months of the season in Tulsa, and I'm averaging like 18, 20. I get my first call up. So I get a call up to my hometown team, Houston Rockets.
Yes, sir.
We played against the Warriors. I never forget it. Played against the Warriors. That's when they had Stack 5. Yeah. They had Baron Davis.
That's what we
they
believe,
had
Warriors, for sure.
That, you know what I'm saying? So I checked in at the game, like last 2 minutes of the game. It was like, I'm like running out there with my head cut off like a chicken with his head cut. Man, I got a rebound. I done stole the ball. I'm just moving so fast.
Going crazy.
I'm going crazy. And we ended up losing that game. So then I ended up going. And this wasn't even a 10-day. I just got called up because 10 days haven't started yet. Mm-hmm. So we end up, my next game is in D.C. A lot of people don't know I was born in D.C., so I got family in D.C. My pops was playing for the Wizards, the Bullets at the time. So me and my sister were born in D.C. originally. But I don't associate myself with D.C. because we moved when I was like 2 years old to Houston. So I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
I scored my first NBA bucket against Chucky Atkins.
We just talked about Chucky Atkins.
That was my first NBA bucket against Chucky Atkins. Yao Ming comes sets a side pick and roll for me coming to my right hand, and I hit a floater. And my aunt, my dad's sister at the time, she was in the stand, so I had a family member in the stand. So that was my first NBA bucket. Was a floater at the arena, but yeah. And then I got cut the next. Then we got cut the next day. I got cut the next day because
that nigga journey's crazy.
No, but I got cut the next day because they had to let me go so they wouldn't pay extra in taxes.
Yeah.
So I ended up flying back with the team to Houston. I had to miss 1 day of practice, and then 10 days started.
Yeah.
So then me and Chuck Hayes both signed 10-day contracts, and then I signed another 10-day after that.
Yeah.
And then they had to make a decision, or were they going to keep me for the rest of the year, or they was going to let me go. So they end up letting me go. They kept Chuck Hayes.
Yeah.
So I ended up going back to Tulsa, finished up that year. And then that's when I went to Europe. Then a team in Italy called me to go play in the playoffs. And that's when I played with Pooh Allen.
Yeah.
Street, Pooh Allen, University of Pennsylvania.
He coached me in Boston.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Pooh was, I didn't replace him. He was injured. So I was kind of like coming in on his spot.
Yeah.
And I've never been overseas a day in my life. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, no. I was ready to check out. I'm like, they put me in a hotel. You in the NBA, and they put me in a hole in the wall. And then I was like, I'm claustrophobic a little bit. So I went to go raise the window. No light coming in because they had a metal sheet over the window. I'm like, oh, man, they got me in jail. Like, that's why, but I didn't know that was their blinds, was a metal sheet to keep the, so if I would have went like this, then the metal sheet goes up. I didn't know that. Like, and the bed was small. Like, I was and I called my dad. I was like, man, I'm about to swipe the card. Just know I'm about to swipe the card, and I'm coming home. They can keep this bread. Like, I'm just going to get ready for some league. My dad was like, just go to the first practice. He was like, just go to, because when I get around ball, I'm in my comfort zone. I'm straight. Yeah. So I went to my first practice, and I was like, okay, I can do one more day. And then I just kept letting. Yeah. And then that was my first time playing in Europe, and I played, only played playoffs. I got $35,000 for 7 games. That was more than my G League contract, my D League contract, because at the time. That
was a year in G League, right?
No, less.
Yeah, the G League was
my biggest contract in the D League was we had. So this is why I feel like they should bring it to the NIL, because this shit getting out of hand. I was just speaking about this, like in the D League at the time, you had 3 contracts. You had an A contract, you had a B contract, and you have a C contract.
So this is the game.
Your 2 top dogs got the A contract, and the A contract was $25,000.
Oh, that was the A?
That was the A. The B contract was $18,500. The C contract was around 15 something.
And how many games did y'all play a week in the G League still?
3. We played 3. Woo. And so me and Bernard King was on the A contract. Bernard Keenan with Texas A&M.
Boy, I thought.
Not the OG.
No.
Say, nigga, where was you born?
And then we had Will Conroy, who's doing his thing at USC. He had Washington, but now he's at USC. He was a teammate of mine.
Okay.
Right? And he was a point guard. So Will and I used to bump heads all the time because he thought he should be playing more than me. But he just made each other better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I get called up, he will start. But when I come back, I get my spot back.
Yeah.
And it will always call friction because he'll be hooping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But our coach at the time, Coach Myers, wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to ease you back in. It was like, no, you coming back, you just get your spot right back.
Yeah.
So it caused a lot. I only made $25,000 my first year as a professional player. Then I went to Italy and made the 35. So my math, right, I'm looking at I made like 70,000, a little bit and some change my first year as a professional athlete. And so I was like, man, I'm not going back overseas.
I think you made 60,000.
Whatever it is, but I'm just saying. But I made other money besides that. We had bonuses though. I had bonuses in my thing. So
Carried one.
yeah, I had bonuses and stuff like if I scored a certain amount of points, I got like this because Europe is different. You get bonuses. So I told my partner, man, I ain't going back overseas.
What was what was the difference though?
What you mean?
Lifestyle.
And I was home. I couldn't understand nothing nobody was saying in Italy.
Oh yeah, me either. What's the game though like?
Huh?
What's the game?
The
like?
game is very strategic.
I want you to give them the game on that.
The game is very strategic. They wanted me to be a playmaker. Like they really want me to be a point guard.
Oh, okay.
That nigga's just two guard.
But I'm a points guard.
Points.
I got points. And I used to get frustrated because we'll be losing. They put me in the game and I score a quick 15. Then they take me out the game. I'm like, yo, I'm on fire. Why you take me out the game? They'll go back and Pablo Pugione was my team.
Pablo. Reggie.
So I would be like, man, I'm cooking him every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why he playing like over me? So I didn't fit Europe. But I played EuroLeague. Like we lost in the Final Four in EuroLeague. I played on some good teams. But I was like, bro, like y'all put me in the game when we down, and then when I get us back in the game, y'all take me out.
Yeah. Who was the coldest you saw over there when you was across the water?
Bellinelli.
Marco
I
Bellinelli.
think it was the first nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played for Rome.
Floyd was the first
And then the other one was
Marco Bellinelli gave you work.
Nigga, he was playing in New Orleans. He
What's-
ran off about 10 screens.
What's the one that
couldn't
and
go
the
to-
big man who got drafted
Damn.
by Toronto first round?
Bellinelli?
Bargnani was the other one. I played him in Italy.
Bargnani.
Bargnani was the other
was
one.
nice.
But in Spain,
He was
my
nice.
teammate was Tiago Splitter.
Damn.
Tiago.
Okay.
I played with him with
Spurs.
Atlanta.
So we
Spurs.
lost. So that was the year I won. So people don't even realize I won a D League championship with the Colorado 14ers. I left them.
Damn.
That's a motherfucking name.
14ers?
So,
That was
got
the
some
that was the-
names out here.
that was the first and last year.
so it was me.
Say that again.
It was Colorado
We need
14ers.
to pull a jersey. Them
They got it. They should have did better with that shit.
That was
And
like
so-
a Negro
14ers,
league.
nigga, what the
But I had Sonny Williams on my team.
Shout out to Sonny Williams.
So we had an NBA team.
Yeah.
Like
Sonny
Vernon
was on
Hamilton
Arkansas.
was on that team. You
Oh,
probably
yeah.
played against Vernon
Yeah,
V.
yeah.
Ham. So we always team. We ran through. We ended up beating Salt Lake City Stars in the championship.
That's
2
more
days.
like a regular name right
2
there.
days
Salt Lake
later,
City
I'm in
Stars.
Spain playing for the EuroLeague championship, and then we end up losing in the Final Four, and then we end up losing to Barcelona in the ACB championship. So I could have tried to win 3 championships in 1 year.
That's fire.
But back to like my first year after I came back from Italy, I said I'm not going back to Europe. So I ended up playing summer league with the Rockets. I should have got MVP of summer league,
He was
but
killing.
technically I wasn't a rookie because I played. So Randy Foy that year is when Nate went crazy and that, and then Randy Foy was a rookie that year with Minnesota.
Yep.
I averaged 28, 8 and 8 in summer league with the Houston Rockets. Guess who my coach was?
Your dad.
No.
Oh.
Guess who my coach was?
Fuck with your coach.
Tom Thibodeau.
Tibbs, my nigga. Shout out to let you ball.
Tibbs ran every play for me.
That's hey, if you know Tibbs, if he like you, you gonna get every play call.
Every
What he
play.
call forehead?
Man, I had angle.
That's all he gonna run.
I had side pick and roll.
Yeah.
Everything was me coming off the pick, getting to all my sweet spots. And he said, if you see the rim, you let it go.
Yeah, Tibbs,
Shout out
bro.
to Tibbs.
I had Pat Carroll, who played for
Yeah,
St.
he got a
Joseph.
burner.
He was on my team, so I got
Burner.
a lot of assists from him. And then
But tell them if you like people you been with Tibbs.
Yeah, Tibbs my favorite coach. Tibbs, I love coaches like Tibbs. My best careers in the NBA was coaches that fell underneath the same umbrella.
Yeah.
So Tibbs, Van Gundy, and Stan Van Gundy.
They all the same. They one and the same.
They
played for Jeff?
Played for Jeff and Houston. Jeff was my coach.
Yeah.
And then Tibbs was my workout guy. So every day I worked out with Tibbs.
They were one and the same.
Damn.
Every day until Yao Ming steps on court. Then I had to move to the side. Then it was time for Yao Ming to get his work in.
Most definitely.
But
Was T-Mac there then too?
yeah.
It's
Ray for Austin.
Yeah.
to my load.
They one and the same.
You know, we so Tibbs ended up coaching summer league. I averaged 28, 88. I signed my contract in the bathroom. I signed a 3-year contract for $1.9 million.
Nigga was
And that ain't no that's bread. That's no bread.
Because 3 years for 1.9, you just trying to get back home.
That's no bread. It's bread, but it's no bread.
Yeah.
But at the time, you know, I'm like,
You trying not to go back overseas.
good.
no,
shit,
I should have went to New Orleans instead. I should have been Chris Paul backup.
What they want to do, what it was going
Well,
to
I should have just left the city of Houston. When I was in
He probably would
Houston,
have got 3 for 3.
it was too much.
You was in love.
Huh?
You was in love with being at home.
I was out every night. I'm home.
And that was a great time in Houston. If you
It
don't
was
know,
a great time.
Houston was
And
flourishing.
I'm the prince of the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out every night.
He's the president of the city. He
I'm
was
not
outside.
Nigga, the prince of the city.
Yeah.
No, I'm being so real. Like, just imagine, like, hey,
He's prince of Houston.
hey,
I don't know about J. Little 3.
Hey.
You got to have a battle
like,
in the club.
hey, bro, I don't go to clubs no more, but
Real versus.
Nah,
I was him.
Yeah.
I was him before
Nah, we
everybody
believe
started
you
saying
got
he
a
was
picture
him.
of your jersey. That motherfucker weak in a bitch on that
What?
Denver team.
The Denver-
you had
the
some
14
Kobe's though. Yeah, Kobe.
You know, just some heat. You know, it's just some heat. I keep trying to tell you.
14ers was weak.
The 14ers is a crazy team.
It was
man.
crazy team. We had a good team though.
What color were they?
Which one? The Kobe's?
Check your phone.
No, not them colors.
You gonna be sick of it.
It
got
was
some.
blue. It was like the
Harlem Globetrotters.
it was blue, blue gold. It's like the Denver
Nate
Nuggets.
Archibald.
Harlem Globetrotters.
It was like the Denver
Oh, no,
Nuggets.
this is
It was like the Denver Nuggets,
Harlem
yo.
Globetrotters, nigga.
Hey, you know,
okay.
Look, hey, I can tell
them
you exactly.
14ers is cool. Damn,
Yeah, they straight. Let me show you
You got a
something.
hairline.
Step back was coming on that one.
I see it. I see
You
the
see it
feet.
coming, right?
I see the
The step
feet.
back coming on that car. I was going left.
I see the feet.
I was going
Them
left.
jerseys ain't bad. Shout out to the 14ers.
Now I had a nice little hairline, then it just disappeared one day. It disappeared one
Oh,
day.
now. So you go from Houston, and now you got to make your way in the NBA. You know, you sign your 3-year deal. You back at the city. Mm-hmm. What's that journey like?
In Houston,
I mean,
Yeah.
you get to Houston. You got your 3-year deal.
man, I stayed at my parents' house.
You ain't the only one.
No, like my dad was like, "You ain't gonna get no spot." I was like looking for places. He was like, "No, you gonna stay right here. You gonna stay right here.
What's
you gonna,
that like? 'Cause I
you
had
gonna
to
stack
try-
your money up."
I had to try to
Yeah.
sneak girls in my mom and daddy house when I moved back to India.
Nah, I just you know, hotel room only about 200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, I finally got a little paper in my pocket.
Y'all going 200. I was doing 40s. But
40 in the NBA.
He going to a trap house.
But that's
Yeah,
why he had
most
bed
of
bugs.
it.
But
Yeah,
he
he
had
tripping.
bed bugs.
But
I got them clear.
but my dad was. But the thing is, my dad, I didn't realize. He was like, bro, you ain't really making money like that because
Yeah.
taxes and everything come in. He was like,
Uncle
you just
Sam.
stay at the house. Your mama cook every night. We ain't gonna bother you.
yeah.
I don't give a damn when you come home. It don't
Yeah.
matter if you come home or not. You grown.
Yeah.
But he was like, you stack your bread. So
Right.
what I used to do with my first check, I used to keep a check and then I send a check to my financial people. I keep a check, send the next check to my financial people.
Shut up.
So it was just like I was just thinking, but my habit was I would buy jewelry.
Yeah,
So-
I know that about you.
Like my thing was like I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a new chain. So my dad was like, he'll let me make those mistakes. Like he was like, oh, you got a new chain? Like no, you got a new watch? And he got a new bracelet? Like he was like, okay. Like he'll just let me, you know, because he was like, everybody gotta go through them. But I was like, it was a teaching lesson, but I'm thinking like I'm doing good saving. But then when you go to Jew and you see a new chain you want, then you try to trade in your chain, and it's the same chain you just brought from like 2 weeks ago, but he trying to knock off 3,000 of the price. you
Yeah,
paid for it.
that value.
So it was
On
like
me.
the value difference. So you just learn as you go. My pops just like everything my pops did for me was a learning lesson.
Yeah.
I call him the blueprint.
Nah, your pops
definitely.
is a
He the
blueprint,
GOAT,
bro.
definitely.
I call him the blueprint.
Go.
For real.
But yeah, I stayed home and yeah.
How long did you stay home though? You stayed home all
3
3
years?
years? Damn.
Well, I got there. I stayed 2 years, and then they fired Jeff. They brought in Rick Alderman. And we brought back Steve Francis.
Franchise.
We brought back Mike James, old school Mike James.
Yeah, Mike James was cooking too.
Yeah.
And then we just drafted Aaron Brooks.
Hey, big.
Instant
We
bucket.
had myself. We had Rayford
Ain't
Austin.
that crazy you coach that nigga? That's my nigga too. Shout out to AB. Wherever
Shout-
you are in the world, I'll fuck with you.
So
Nah, hell yeah.
then we had 7-point guards all under guaranteed contracts.
That's crazy.
So I tried to get cut. I was like, I'm gonna go play for another team, but they owe me like $700. But they wanted me to give money back, and my daddy always told me you don't get no money back.
Yeah.
So
Never.
I just went into training camp and I just played my heart out like I was about to change their minds. They just brought back Steve Francis for $4 million, gave Mike James $4 million, then they trying to trade Rayford Austin. They drafted Aaron Brooks. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I went in there and then I had a hell of a preseason. Then they kept me all the way to the end, and Rick Adderman was trying to figure out a way to keep me on because I actually was playing good ball. And I just got frustrated. And when they cut me, I was still getting paid. And I just like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So I enjoyed Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And then I was itching to play. And then that's when I called my agent and said, okay, I'm ready to go play. And so I did my second stint in Europe with a EuroLeague team called Benetton. It's not there anymore, but it was in Treviso. And Reese Gaines was a teammate of mine, Mario Austin.
Louisville legend.
And then Lionel Chalmers was a teammate of mine who I went against in Minnesota.
Xavier legend.
Yeah, so it was just like that. And then we ain't gonna talk about that situation, but I ended up leaving that situation. I got picked up by the Seattle Supersonics, but the way I left in Italy, they held my release papers. So I took my physical and everything to play the last year with the Seattle Supersonics, which was Jeff Green and KD's rookie year. And I'm about to run out on the court, and Sam Presti pulled me to the side and said they won't give us your release paper. So they ended up signing the boy from y'all hometown, Eddie Gill.
Eddie, yeah.
Little point.
You talking about he worked with the Pacers?
He worked with the
Yeah,
Pacers, but
Eddie Gill.
They end up, and Eddie Gill got them last 30 days when I was supposed to get. That cost me like, I'm big on like, it cost me at least $275, $300.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
then OKC and then Seattle ended up moving to OKC, and I ended up playing on OKC team.
Yeah.
So listen, man, you had a couple great songs. We got to ask you a couple before we get out of here. Let's talk about the Bulls situation. We in Chicago, obviously great weekend honoring D Rose. How was it playing in the city of Chicago, man?
Best city ever
It ain't the best city ever, but it's a really nice
for
city.
basketball wise.
for
It's the
look.
best.
No, Indianapolis is.
Look, don't let him shit on your story.
No, actually, it's nothing like walking on the same hallway Jordan and Pippen and all them walk in every night in, night out.
That's different.
And then it's sold out every
You
night.
saying the NBA?
Yeah, I'm
city.
saying, and it's sold out every game.
It
and,
is sold out.
And we was the number one team in the NBA.
Y'all was lit. I killed y'all though, but y'all was lit.
We still won the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our whole thing.
Y'all won the war.
We won everything about it.
They won the battle and the war.
We won everything about it. Like
Y'all ain't beat
they
y'all.
almost had us in the playoffs. They almost had us in the playoffs. Shout out to Smooth. Mm-hmm. We used to love when Smooth made his first shot because we was like, oh, he gonna take away Jeff's shots. He gonna take away
My nigga
Joe
two
Johnson's
geeks.
shot because he gonna think he owned.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the playoffs. We ended up beating y'all game 6.
Yeah.
And when he hit that first shot in Atlanta in that game 6, we was all on the bench like, oh yes. Like we got him. We got him.
Hold on. We ain't, first of all,
We do it to my nigga
we
Smooth.
not
No,
doing
but,
that to
but
number
Smooth my
5.
man, but I'm just saying he would
we
be
know.
owned. So as any scorer would be, you see the ball going, you gonna think you own.
Nah,
But
you
now
know.
you taking shots because Jeff and Joe was cooking us that series.
I was having a moment.
They was playing great basketball. But we had Pudini.
Yes, sir.
And Pooh would do some that's MVP year.
unbelievable.
He did some unbelievable
that was
stuff.
crazy. That was different.
What's that like? Like, you've been a part about you've been around Kobe, you've been around some great players. When before D Rose got hurt, before he got hurt, like, where did you rank him? Like, what did you see? Because niggas was scared of him.
Oh, bro, we used to have this thing called the Rose flu. People was ducking him.
Oh God.
Some of y'all favorite players was ducking him. I'm gonna say that in the camp. Some of y'all favorite players now was ducking him,
Talk that shit.
and we seen it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names because these all colleagues of mine, brothers. of
Yeah.
mine. But we we used to mess with like the other point guards on the team. Cause sometimes he be playing, sometimes we be like, oh, he playing today. Oh, he playing today. We used to warm up saying that. And all of a sudden, like, we get the report before the game start. So-and-so out with an ankle injury. But we just saw him work out. A full workout before the game.
I know
Nobody, I kid you not, nobody wanted that smoke with that man.
I ain't gonna lie.
The kids today not even gonna realize how much of an impact, but how good D Rose was.
Nah, he was unbelievable, bro.
He was unbelievable. And he practiced hard.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Ja Morant is comparable?
No.
He was unbelievable, bro.
But
Ja Morant is special.
Ja Morant special. They two different. I see the similarities in certain things.
I just ask because people compare.
But it's I don't think you can compare anybody to him at that time.
He was an animal, bro.
Yeah.
I'm night in, night out, practice every day, seeing it. You just.
And at that time, no disrespect to the point guards now, it was just like an elite level of point guards.
Yeah, D Will.
Every point guard was cold.
CP3.
Rondo, CP, Steve Nash, D Will, like he said. Every team point guard was just nasty. It was like you had young Kimba, Brandon Jennings.
He separated himself just from everybody.
He was just.
Man, he just.
Steph was in the league.
Steph was in the league. But you had Monte Ellis.
Monte Ellis. All them was
Bullet.
in the league.
He was
Drew
different.
Holiday was still like
He was just
prime.
he was different, and you could tell how this. It's crazy how the city showing him love for this. What we're out here for.
Right.
Just imagine him. He brought that energy they're giving him now. He brought that every night because he wasn't gonna let the city down.
Yeah. Nah, I mean
he did it more than just for him and his family. He did it for the
like,
shy.
Playing against him at that time, like I had guarded like all the fire point guards at this time, and like him, it was just like, nah, this nigga just got a different gear. Like I wasn't scared of nobody. Playing basketball was like funny. I wasn't scared of him. Like I played him in high school.
Yeah.
And then you get they used to run this forehead play. They run it every time down. You like, what the fuck? And he just never stopped. Like he had missed 2 shots. You like, yeah, motherfucker, he can't shoot. The next 4 possessions, he's attacking you. Like he never quit. Like you like, yo, that's why I tell you I didn't guard Steph. I didn't guard Kyrie. I didn't guard you name them.
You guard some hitters.
D-Will, CP. D Rose was the most ferocious. Like he was crazy, bro. I'm like, yeah, this nigga different.
Who next in line though?
He guarded some hitters.
So you got D Rose. Who you got next in line?
Like who I just couldn't stand to guard because they was just like Steph is annoying because he not even like a
just
point
constant
guard.
moving.
He like throw the ball
running,
and then all of a sudden he started running.
Kyrie
is like guarding a 2 guard, like guarding Kobe Bryant. He gonna post you up. He gonna do all that stuff. But like I'd rather guard Kyrie because I know where he gonna catch the ball.
Right.
Like D Rose, he bringing the ball up. He getting a pick and roll. He might call a pick and roll off. Then he might ISO you. He done like you didn't know, and it was all like attacking. Like Kyrie might jab you 3, and if he hit 3, you contest. You just gotta live with it. D Rose wasn't shooting no 3s.
He was getting to that bucket.
He was straight at you, like you
north to south.
You either going getting a foul or you getting scored on.
North to south.
And then Westbrook was kind of like similar. Only thing that held Westbrook back is like he had KD and James at this time.
Yeah.
And it's like not holding back, but you knew like
he had to pass.
At some point in time, these 2 gotta touch the rock.
Right.
D Rose had it. Luau was gonna cut. He was finding all them. Nobody had no set plays. It was just really D Rose gonna make the plays for everybody else. But he was ferocious.
He was and it made us so good that we had great players, but everybody knew they role.
Yeah, they accepted that role.
We all accepted that role. I knew I wasn't gonna play if CJ and D Rose was healthy. But I had to stay ready because Tibbs will always, because of my shooting ability, he'll throw me in at the 2 guard to spread the court out. Now my guy would go help D Rose because he's drawing so much attention. Kick out at me. So you always had this, even though I knew like, okay, they healthy, I might not play today. So, but I always want to be one of the 1%.
What happened when LeBron jumped over you? I don't know how I got to that, but I was just thinking about the Chicago.
I was
jersey.
gonna
You wore
slide.
15, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all I had seen.
That's
in
the
camera.
day. Yeah.
I was gonna slide to my nigga transitioning from basketball to coaching, but
No,
we're here.
We're here. I mean, shit. Like, I mean,
Yo,
what,
hold on. When you woke up and everybody was, and that shit was everywhere.
bro?
That's on LeBron. Like, that's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
being in
on
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, nah. Every time,
I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
every time the playoffs start,
And I'm cool with it.
JL3 is.
Hey, what was you thinking though when he
I
jumped over your
wasn't thinking. I ain't see it happen until we called timeout and they put it on the
Why
jumbotron.
didn't you electric slide to the left?
Because of Rip Hamilton, I can't wait for him to get here. Y'all, that's what, yeah, because it was Rip guy.
Yeah,
He was supposed to drop back. I called the pick out. He supposed to drop back. He supposed to be the low man, but you know we so defensively minded
Yeah.
with Tibbs. Okay, you got caught up on the screen, so I gotta take your spot. And that goofy ass play, they still run it to this day. You know, Mario, who is one of my really good friends, man.
Yeah.
When he did that, I ain't talked to him for like 2 days. He could. I didn't talk to
Hell
him.
of a pass.
It was, bro. He jumped, and when I looked, I was like, damn, who he throwing that to? And then, like that, but that is my mindset. I'm like, yo, who he throwing that to? And when I looked up, and you see me like this, all I see is feet. And I'm like, he dunked it, and then he had the nerve to look back at me.
Yeah.
Right? So my mindset was like, yo, hurry up, take the ball. I'm gonna run down and go get a bucket.
Yeah.
But Tibbs called a timeout. So now when Tibbs called
Oh,
Tibbs
my
called a
mama.
timeout, we sitting down, Tibbs in the middle with Andy and all them. And now they got it going over the jumbotron. And
Yeah.
everybody like in Miami, you know, they wear all white at the game. So you looking up and it's all white and they like, oh, they going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
shit
I'm
was
like,
crazy.
and then he subbed me out.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like if you watch the timeout, I'm about to get back in the game.
Yeah.
He put Pooh back in the game, and I'm
He
saying,
said, "Nah, we not
oh,
about to
man."
do- we about to deal
And so
with that
I
shit.
ain't really get my lick back until 2 weeks later. Till they
Damn.
came here. But what saved me was like 2 days later. That's when because I was number one for like
On me.
a lot until Blake Griffin dunked on Kendrick Perkins and threw the ball in
Yeah,
without
threw it
touching the rim.
in.
And then he became number one. Then I slid to number
He-
3.
Yeah.
Shout
You
out
know-
to Perk. We already
But
talked.
that's what saved me,
You
but-
you on deck for the show, bro.
Yeah, but then when that happened, bro, I couldn't like. And now you like people like, oh, you know, you got dunked on by LeBron.
Nah,
I
but
be like,
it's you, it's Jason Terry, it's a lot of y'all in that.
Nah,
Yeah, but
his-
they ain't-
His is iconic though.
yeah, it's
Jason
like,
Terry
Jason
is
Terry's
more.
versatile. That's
Yeah,
body
we ain't
contact.
do-
Pause.
Nah.
We ain't doing that because Jay Lou
He
here.
cleared them, bro.
He did,
He
but
did
he
good.
boomed on motherfucker
Yeah.
Jason
It got to-
Terry.
Fail, bro.
It got to a
bro.
point in that game I thought he was picking on me, bro. First he jumped over me, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm picking up full court. He set a screen on me. I thought it was illegal. I tried to fight him. I got up and tried to fight
You
him.
got a wild out. Look, I got
But-
a clip of. You feel like I feel about Bron.
Yeah.
I wild out. I just said, fuck it. I can't beat him.
Yeah, it's like
I'm taking him out.
right.
I just ran into him. He went to the stands, popcorn all on the
But see, that's
stands
what
and
happened
shit.
when niggas get embarrassed on the court. They try to play extra hard now.
Nah, I was
so
just-
niggas is playing AAU defense in the NBA game.
Nah, bro, I kid you not. He set a
Goddamn.
pick on me. It was a legal screen. Like once you go back and watch it, but I was just like, oh, he picked. I got little man syndrome, bro. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I ain't never gonna let nobody taller get the
That's a
best of me.
6'8",
Like
but
Tip,
6'8"
he's been
though.
around me, so he's seen a different side of me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he gotta see me now. So it's like I'm trying to get up, but it's wet on the court, so I'm slipping and sliding trying to get to him. And when I pushed him, he didn't move, and I went back. And so now I'm like, ooh, I hope
Niggas
it.
just gonna keep
And all I said was like,
embarrassing
ooh, let it be an NBA fight. Like let everybody come in the middle and break it up, and then I'm gonna turn up like, oh, you all boo, 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 like that. And that's what happened because Taj Gibson ran over there real quick,
shout out to Taj.
and like
Clip that, Luis.
Mario Chalmers is holding me. I was like, get off me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, woo, man, I got that fine check. I was hot. I was like, but I was just like, oh, you got. And then 2 weeks later, they came back, and for like a whole 2 weeks, I was just kept seeing her, and like, Pooh's one of my best, like one of my really good friends.
Yeah.
Like he know how me and Pooh
I
rock.
know.
So Pooh was really supposed to come back that game when we played Miami here, and I knew if he came back, I wasn't gonna play.
Yeah.
I called him on the phone. I said, yo, G, you got to sit out this game. And he was like, what? Because he was itching to get back. You know, he missed like 5 or 6 games. I think he had turf toe or it was something, one of the injuries that I was like, bro, just this game, sit out. I gotta get my lick back. Like, you don't realize what it been like for these 2 weeks for me. You know what I'm saying? My dad called me talking about we about to get put in protective custody and all like he called me talking about, damn, you done made the name famous than ever. Like he messing with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I gotta get my lick back. Right? Man.
It was everywhere.
I was everywhere.
was.
So I'm driving down the highway right here because I lived out north. Cause we practice out there. I'm driving down. Ooh, he was IG. If I sit out, you better kill. I said, copy. Like, no more. Man, I had like 3 Red Bulls. I was turned. Man, when I
Damn.
check in the game, it was go time. I ain't missed that one shot. I mean, the only shot I missed was a wide open corner 3. That was the only shot I missed that game. I had 24 points. National televised game. And then I already had in my mind, because I was gonna cook Mario and I was gonna cook Norris Cole.
Norris Cole.
Because I just
Shout out to Cole. He
they're
kept
my
him
guy.
from the alumni.
But I had one person in mind that I had to get my lick back. But those were the guys that was guarding me.
Yeah.
But I knew if I cooked, Spo was gonna switch off.
Yeah.
Bron
gonna come over there.
Fourth quarter, Bron switched off on me, and Tibbs calling a play for Luau. That play went through everyone. All I saw in like that summer, because it was lockout year. That summer I was playing in New York, so I was like really working on my game. So that summer I averaged 50 in Nike program in New York.
I heard about that.
I had 60. The night KD had 61. I played in that game at Rucker. I had 21. The next night we played him, I had 60. He had 49, but he won. So
yeah.
But I made
killed, too.
my name in New York as well by
Yeah.
going and
What was
playing.
your nickname?
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Lou?
Cool Hand Luke, the gunslinger.
Huh.
My nigga Shooter McGavin.
And so when we came back, I started working on a double step back.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's almost like you know, like a boxer, you gotta get your jab.
Yeah.
So to me, a step back is like kind of getting your separation. But because of his length and my size, I knew I had to
Pause.
throw.
Yeah, I can't let that ride. I ain't gonna keep it gangster with you.
A nigga with crazy lips, a small nigga is crazy.
I'm gonna keep it gangster.
That's David and Cat Williams in Friday.
I had to keep it gangster. You my nigga. I had to keep it gangster. I had to keep Oh! All right, back to your double step back.
Yo.
The double step back is gonna be infamous down the show. Yo, we been potting for a minute.
You say, I am a boy.
Oh my God. So
I love
anyway,
y'all niggas.
hey, so anyway, I had to go through a double step back
Yeah.
because his arm length. Right?
And I ain't gonna lie, your arm lift been in DJ face the whole night.
So his arm
Your
length.
nigga DJ like this.
So his arm lift, DJ, I had to see the rim. So when I hit him with the double, I saw okay, and then I hit him with, and so then I got my shot off. And so when I hit the shot, I knew what the cameras were.
What you do?
I said he can't hold me either.
Oh, this nigga. Wow.
It's all facts.
Yeah.
Oh, Luis gonna find it. Can't wait.
I said he can't motherfucking hold me either. I looked dead in the camera and said that.
You was wild.
And my dad called me and said you had an out of body experience. he was like, let's
Pop's always humble, nigga.
he always humbles you. So he was like, let's keep it a buck. You had an out of body experience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come back to Earth after you kill like, damn, man.
Yo, that's how my pops was, bro.
man, he kept it a buck with me. So that was
I had 30 my first game against in high school, my senior year, against Eric Gordon. And my dad was like, I mean, somebody had to shoot.
I coached him too.
Yeah, you did.
It's crazy because now I'm coaching against guys I
Yeah, that's
played
what I want to
against.
get into. Like,
And I play against teammates, coach my teammates, play against, I always wanted to coach after I got done playing.
I want to show love to you because, like, we talked about it earlier, but what you did for D Rose, people don't know. I know because I was there. And you brought, when we, like, not to shit on D Rose or nothing, because, we love him. Like, that's my bro. That's my nigga. But when he came to Minnesota, his confidence was gone. He was done. He was telling us he was done with basketball.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I'm done, man. I'm going to retire. Tibbs doing me a favor kind of thing. And you, like, I watched y'all work and put in so much work to where he got back and to the point where I was like, nigga, I need to come off the bench. Like, this nigga need to be a star. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I watched you and him and his family Like his wife, y'all all in the gym. I'm coming late night after drinking, doing whatever I'm doing, and y'all like, come in here. You like, T, come in here. Pool in here shooting. I'm like, yeah, all right. Don't give a fuck. And I come in there, I just see y'all putting in work.
And my thing is, I wanted him to write his own story and don't let nobody else write it for him.
Facts.
Yeah.
And he had a lot left in him. And
Definitely.
when you go through what he's gone through, your mental game, and that's one thing go back to tennis helped me with, but also it also goes back to recovery.
Yeah.
My dad's a recovering drug and alcoholic. So he used to scare me because how he used to scare me, I used to go to AA meetings with him.
Yeah.
And he used to make me stand up, be like, "Hi, my name's John Lucas III," and everybody be like, "Hi, John Lucas III." He'd be like, but I wasn't an addict or anything, but he was just showing me the mind, the mental, and stuff like that. So I'm looking at Pooh, I'm like, bro, you still cold? Like, you know who you are? Like, I had to like kind of reassure him. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, with somebody's confidence and stuff, because you like now I can only imagine playing in today's era with social media, people always commenting about every and everything. Like, and you got to learn how to block out the noise. So I'm telling him, like, bro, you got about 5 more years. Like, you can get another big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I know you made. I was with Pooh when he signed that 89. Then the next day he signed 329 with Adidas. Like, I know you got the bread, stupid bread. He was like, but bro, you got so much more to get to this game. Oh, they say you can't shoot? Fuck that. We shooting 1,500 shots.
That's a fact. I'm
And my goal is for him to shoot over 40-some% from the three.
And he did it.
And he did it in Minnesota. But every night we put that work in.
Yeah.
If you ever notice in Minnesota, he started wearing an elbow pad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
We shot so much.
That's a fact.
And I'm like, so when he hit that 50 ball and he was crying, he came and gave me a hug.
Yeah.
That was like the ultimate thank you. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, forget what Stephen A. Smith and all them saying. They ain't ran up and down this court like we ran up and down this court. They don't know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like no knock on them, but I'm like, they just talking.
Yeah.
Like you got a chance to prove everybody wrong, which he did. And he went on and played 6 more years after that.
Yeah, I watched it.
And I'm
bro.
trying to
shit
talk
crazy.
to him. I'm talking to him the same way. He rated to hang it up too.
That ain't D Rose. that's Jalen Rose.
But what y'all don't realize,
He was giving us the same speech, but I was
he won't
playing.
listening.
He ain't listening,
But
bro.
it was different because I'm like D-Rose, like to me, you know, 07 class, D-Rose MVP. When he giving him this spiel, I'm like the corner guy. Like he doing his thing, and I'm like, yeah, get that nigga ready, man.
Right. Now
if
he
he kill, we gonna be nice.
He the hype man.
Yeah, I'm the
not,
hype
but in
man.
a good way.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
competitive,
yeah,
but he
right.
was like, yo, I rock with him.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
a fan.
Like I got his back. It's like till he
That's
was
a
like,
fact.
I want to come off the. He raised his hand. I'm looking at him like he crazy. So I want to come off the bench. I'm looking at him like, huh? Like I'm just not gonna give him my job now. Like if I was playing, I'm like, nah.
but I'm like,
he wanted to come off the bench because he wanted to go against all the backups. I'm keeping a buck with you. He like he can
It's
fool.
real. Hey, we keep it real.
He'll fool everybody else. He wanted to go against the backup.
Yup.
He ain't want to guard night in, night out guard. He
I didn't want to go against this
ain't
no more.
guarded.
I did that stat.
But
I was a year
it's smart.
10.
But
I
it's
was a year
smart
10.
though. It's
It
smart because it's longevity. Like you
Yeah.
figure it
Yeah.
out. So it was just like for me, I wanted everybody I rock with, I wanted them all to succeed.
That's a fact.
And that was my biggest thing. I just want everybody to succeed.
And that's why I gravitated to you because people that I know in my life, everybody similar to that. Like all of us, we want everybody to win in here. We want to
Yeah.
win, and that's when I gravitated to you. Like you don't naturally gravitate to people that you don't rock with, right?
Yeah.
We had coaches on that staff where you know me, I wouldn't even nigga you behind a bitch. I'm like, Luke, man, what the fuck we running?
Hey, and he'll get me in trouble.
Like
You
I
see what
don't
I'm
even
saying?
talk.
Like that's how I get fired. No, real talk. That's how I get fired.
I'm for real. I would really come to the bench.
'Cause
And
it's
Tibbs
like,
would be
I'm
like,
not-
what do you see? And I'll be like, Luke, what the fuck we need to run?
And I get fired because now like they're not
I
looking
see,
at the
yeah.
main
And
guys.
Luke would be like,
Right.
shoot the fucking ball.
He be wide open.
I'll be like, Jimmy said run. And he's like, fuck him. Shoot the ball.
He be wide open, and he was like
He'll defer.
he'll defer. And I'm like, this ain't that same kid I know that get out the challenger. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ivan Johnson.
I'm still thinking like him, like with that mentality, and
Yeah.
that's like once you give me your first impression, that's who I think you are.
But I appreciate that though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nah, man,
sure.
we appreciate you, Luke.
Listen,
For sure,
man,
bro.
Obviously, man, we saw you at the top 100